Hi Libra, this is your reading for May 2018. I'm changing things up a little bit this month because I have bought a pack of Rider-Waite Tarot. So what I'm going to be doing is your usual Major Arcana 3-card reading, and I will then be pulling one from the Swords for words and thoughts, one from the Wands for worldly projects, or sort of worldly stuff, outwardly stuff. Oof, okie doke. I guess we'll start with the Hangman. One from the Cups for feelings and emotions, and one from the Pentacles for returns, fruits of your labour. Okay, we already have the Hangman. Now, if I remember rightly from the last reading I did for you, Libra, which was called Control Issues, I mean, that basically said it all, really, didn't it? So let's see what comes out now. The World and the High Priestess. Okay. Well, this is great. This is beautiful. All you need to do, Libra, is cut yourself down from this. Whatever you've been weighing up, and for whatever reason you've withdrawn from the flow of things and stuck yourself up a tree to have a word with yourself, it's time to come down. However, I get the feeling, yeah, and you can safely come down because the outcome is the High Priestess, but I get the feeling like perhaps there's some sense, Libra, in which you fear that maybe you can't have it all, or you sort of have to have it all in order for you to let go of and bring yourself out of this state of meditative suspension. And with the World in this position as the veil, what's obscuring your vision, what's kind of stopping you, the element of the perceptual element, or the the perceptual element in yourself that is stopping you realizing and accessing this beautiful energy of the High Priestess in the upright here, is the sense that perhaps you haven't done it all. You haven't got it all worked out, whatever it is you've been cogitating about up here. You know, hanging in your tree with the blood rushing to your head. I mean, in the Rider-Waite, this is the dude here hanging in the tree, has light. His mind is illuminated with light. So, you know, it's not just about waiting, it's about meditating, it's about considering. But you don't need to have it all. You don't need to have it all worked out. You don't need to have it all completely weighed out so that both sides of the famous Libran scales are exactly opposite. It doesn't work like that. You know, that's when it's all like completely weighed out 50-50 with exactitude, that's stagnation. And that is sometimes how the Hanged Man is that, you know, that's the downside of the Hanged Man is stagnation. Interesting, but you know, it's only in the inequalities of things, and I don't mean sort of inequality like social inequality and that's kind of wrongness, that sense of wrongness associated with that. But for example, it's only the fact that the Earth is on a slight tilt on its axis as it spins around the sun, as it moves around the sun, and it's spinning on a tilted axis. It's not completely upright, absolutely dead straight upright. It's only the fact that it's slightly squiffy off to one side that gives us the seasons. And this beautiful process of moving through winter, through into spring, summer, autumn. It makes it interesting. It makes life happen. It's in the imbalance that life happens, Libra. So you don't need to have everything sorted before you come down out of the tree, because this is what's actually going on. The High Priestess, beautiful spirit. You know, she has the book. She knows everything. The book is on her lap. She knows it off by heart. She doesn't need to read it. She could recite everything from that book and still be looking you straight in the eyes, as she is in this card. It's fine. Come down out of the tree, Libra. Okay, I'm going to get a little bit more on this. Wow. Okay. Yeah, this is just. It is okay to let go of needing this perfection and this fulfillment of 50-50 and this perfect balance. It doesn't mean that there's no hope. And you know, my metaphor of the world being on its tilted axis, you know, we get the beautiful rise of spring and the fulfillment of the summer, but we also do get the descent into winter and the darkness. But the darkness don't last forever. So it's you know, things being imperfect is no reason to give up hope. Time to come down out of the tree. Let's get a little bit more of this. Okay, again, my God. You know, having it all sorted, having it all completely weighed and sifted, it's not your job, right? That's God's job. And it doesn't mean that you're weak. It really doesn't. It doesn't. You can't know everything that's down in your gut. That's what this card is about. You know, the lion here, this wild creature down in this civilized lady's gut. You know, and she's like overcoming it. But we can never know the full measure of everything that is down inside us, Libra. But that's what makes us interesting, and that's what makes us, you know, imperfect and alive. There's no such thing as the perfect balance. No such thing at all. And if you can embrace that and accept that in life, in others, and in yourself, more importantly, and it is about you. And the Hanged Man tells me that. You know, that's an individual. That's you. Accepting that and embracing that and allowing yourself to expand into that imperfection, the rhythm. It's only imperfection that gives us rhythm, the rhythm of the seasons, the rhythm of the tides. It's also, you know, tides are also to do with the fact that the earth is not a perfect sphere, but it ain't flat. Okay, just to get that. But, you know, in accepting these realities of imperfection and imperfection of reality, what a prize. What a prize. You know, real spiritual knowledge and spiritual abundance embodied here in the High Priestess. Let go, Libra. You know, you're only human. It ain't going to make you any the lesser a person. It really isn't. There is only richness in embracing the imperfection. Right, I'm going to pull one now from the swords for words and thoughts. I can already see which one it is, and it's you. Ah, Two of Swords. Okay. Right. There's a price to pay for maintaining that blindfold and sitting on the beach. You're going to end up cold and your shoulders will be hurting. You're finding it hard to try and sort of sense here what it is that you're not willing to let go of, and you're not willing to come down on one side or the other of. Now, what comes to mind for me with this, with the Two of Swords here, is that like an athlete running a race, say a hurdler, someone who does the hurdles running the race, and they're getting tired, and they don't know, they can see the next hurdle coming, and they know they're tired, and there's a chance that if they go for it and push themselves, they're going to get over it and win the race, or at least finish it. But there's also a chance that if they push themselves, they're going to tear a muscle and be out of the game for a year or something. That, I get the sense, that's the nature of this indecision here. Okay, but I'm telling you, don't forget the High Priestess here. Let's pull one from the Wands. Yeah, it's like if you allow yourself to open up to imperfection and imbalance, will you just kind of slide into degradation? Well, you won't, but you're clearly afraid that you will. Okay, the Victory card. Nice. Nice. Well, look, things are going to go well for you out in the world, basically. This is an internal process, though, but I see your worldly affairs, job, projects, and all of that being very, very successful this month. But, you know, in a sense, Libra, what good is that going to do you if you're not prepared to come down out of your tree because you're afraid that you haven't got everything sorted out just right? But, you know, things are going to go well. And, you know, they're not going to be perfect either. And they're going to go well. Okay, here's Cups. I can see which one. It is you. Two of Cups. How beautiful. Unity. Bring together the two sides of this equation, whatever it is you're trying to balance out. Bring them together. Look at that. I think it's a caduceus, I think it's called. The twining snakes coming out of the union of these two cups. There is healing. Excuse me. There is healing and there is real power to be, well, there is real power within the unity, the uniting, the bringing together of these two sides. And in a sense, when we just try, you know, this or this and weigh things up until things are absolutely perfect, we're kind of keeping them separate. Whereas in fact, you know, focus more on the pivot between the two scales, Libra, because that's where it's really at. And that's what I'm getting from this Unity card here. Okay, and for the Pentacles. Right, where am I going with this? Oh, I can't see which one to pull. There you are. Ten of Pentacles. Nice. Okay. Well, there's certainly wealth here. The only, oh, well, you know, there's plenty. There's plenty here. The only caveat to that I would give, in the context of this card, is that the dude with all the wealth here is sitting in the shadow, and he's on his own, and he's kind of feeling old or looking old. And the pentacles are all sort of, you know, they're shining like stars around him, but out in the sunshine, people are just getting on with it. They're just getting on with it. So I would say, Libra, from this, just get on with it. Come out of your tree. Stop trying to create perfect balance. It does not exist. Embrace the imperfection, and the fruits of the universe become yours, because that's where they are. Okay, Libra, please like, please share, please subscribe, and leave a comment if you would like to, and I'll see you for the next reading. All best. Cheers. Bye-bye. Have a lovely May.